Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it'll be for the WBC International and Vacant EBU European Super Lightweight Championships. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Unibet, FlexMize Business Loans, and Bout Nutrition. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Ben Harmsworth, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, WBC and EBU Supervisor Dennis Gilmartin, Timekeeper Brett Bowles. Our 3 judges assigned, all from England, will be Lee Every, Mark Lyson, and Kieran McCann. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Mark Bates of England. Introducing to you first, the challenger fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue, white, and gold and weighed in officially at 139.8 pounds. Coming to us from London, England, he brings a professional record consisting of 15 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former British, English, and Southern Area champion and current Commonwealth Silver Lightweight champion, Dillon! And his opponent across the ring, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with green and weighed in officially at 139.5 pounds. Hailing from Dublin, Ireland, he is undefeated with 16 wins, 9 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Pierce Big Bang O'Leary!
Okay, gentlemen, listen, you both had your instructions in the dressing room, so we know what's expected. Keep your punches up, obey my commands to protect yourselves at all times. Good luck to you both, gents. Good luck.
17th and most important fight in a 5.5-year career that has progressed really well for Ireland's Pierce O'Leary. And the 19th outing for the slightly older but more seasoned and maybe extra battle-hardened Englishman Liam Dillon, both with a chance to take home the terrific European title tonight. And we hope for a crackling matchup. It's a chief support on this special night in Suffolk. The blue and white of Dillon, the white and green of the hope from Ireland, the 25-year-old Pierce O'Leary, who could become Barry a big star.
He could. It's all written for him now to produce the goods. He's up against a good guy here against Dillon. We all talk about Dillon's toughness, but he's better than what we really give him credit for.
Chopping right hand early from O'Leary, and a smile there from Dillon, who's been in wars before, and he's tough and he's game, but he's up in weight, Darren.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it doesn't look small in there. Look, O'Leary obviously looking the bigger out of the two, the naturally bigger. But Dillon is a handful. There was a smile there, you're right, that usually does indicate that you've been hurt by the shot. But I just worried that, you know, he's very eager, Dillon, to get involved and get in your face, and that would really play into Pierce O'Leary's hands. You know, he's got to be smart, he's got to be intelligent, Dillon. He can't rush in, he can't waste anything. Shots like those are very important. Work the straight shots to the body.
What O'Leary has, that all good fighters have, is that acceleration and pace. We talk about it all the time, but it's true. You know, all of a sudden, you can see a gap, and he'll get there very, very quickly with a combination or a single shot of weight. He'll see it and he'll accelerate into the work very quickly.
And everything set up behind that lovely jab. Gets the uppercut in early as well. Powerful. 9 knockouts on the record. Good body shot. It's a good start this from Pierce O'Leary.
Yeah, what he does so well as well, it's really subtle, the way he just glides out of range, but as he takes the step back, he'll throw the left hook. So important that Dillon doesn't overreach with that right hand. You're vulnerable to the left hook.
I tell you what, Darren, those lean back left hooks, or the check left hook, whatever you want to call it, it's like you got like an anchor, don't you, on it, so you get all the leverage, all the weight of your body into that shot.
Huge shoulders as well. He's an imposing sight. Pierce O'Leary, Dillon, the British champion, down at super featherweight, coming up to lightweight. That win over Mace Rueg. Tough battle down in Bournemouth, but he did it in away territory, and he's come here very much in the red corner. O'Leary, the favourite, the one the promoters want to get behind, and sells the tickets. But Dillon is tough as old boots. He's never been stopped. He's got 15 wins on the record, and he'll go for it.
That was a good shot from Dillon. Left hook of his own there to finish this first round.
Listen to me, all she's looking for is a cat's left hook. He hasn't, it's not stupid, he's conserving his energy, okay? He's giving you these angles already, the right hand down the body. When he's leaving over that front foot, so he's looking for the catch count for himself. He's got the head off the line, keep digging that body all night long, okay? Don't forget your straight arrows, son, fundamentals right down the middle. Just relax a little bit, okay? A little bit of change of pace in your shots, okay? And you're set to trap. Don't try too hard, touching his glove, stab the body. He's giving you everything for already, okay?
Yeah, fast start from O'Leary, picking the shots well. Dillon, though, wasn't overawed, landed some good shots of his own. That was the one that got the rare smile from Dillon.
Second round, a vacant European 10-stone belt on the line. Pierce O'Leary and Liam Dillon. O'Leary's 25, Dillon 4 years older. Just a tad more professional experience, mainly down the weights. Getting a lot of encouragement from his corner, Liam Dillon. And I guess once he settles and gets into this, maybe he'll really believe that he can make a big impact in the super lightweight division. But all eyes on O'Leary and how he goes about this task, because the European title is a step up, and it's his biggest yet. Lovely body shot.
He's having a few good shots, Dillon, now and again. See that, especially with that left hook, he just got to try and learn to move that head a little bit more, that's all.
They're just not having any effects, are they? Not the same as when O'Leary lands.
Got that difference in power. Can punch him in at super featherweight.
But if you roll into the shot, I mean, if you start moving that body and just know that pendulum motion, it'll give you some sort of momentum to get a bit more weight, a bit more turning and a bit speed in the shot. At the minute, just saw the hands high as rocking shots, but too easy a target to find there for O'Leary.
Yeah, he started doubling that left hook up really well. He taps upstairs and he'll drop the left to the body. Changes the levels really well. Well schooled, isn't he, O'Leary? You know, a lot of thought in everything he does.
He's very well schooled, and he punches with authority. Love the way he switches from body to head, back on the jab.
It was a good right hand there, though, from Dillon in that little combination. Leary landed with more shots, but a good right hand from Dillon. So there's little moments of hope for him.
Well, he brings up speed, doesn't he? Up in weight. And that's good from Dillon. A combination there. And he's tough as old boots. He's a really hard warrior, Liam Dillon.
That was good there. He landed 3 shots. He took a step back and kept his hands high.
What O'Leary has to do is just a bit of patience in his work, because you got a guy here who's, okay, he might be naturally smaller, but he's tough, and he absorbs punches very, very well. So you might not knock him out, so you've got to break him down, and that'll be variation, as Dan was talking about, working that body if you can, trying to move around the target after you throw the punch, rather than step back, take a step to the side.
Exchange there between the pair. This is warming up. Lovely body shot, thudding in from O'Leary. You definitely feel at ringside that he's got that power advantage in there, and that could be a problem for Liam Dillon.
He just dropped his hand for a second there, Dillon. That was a sickening right to the body.
And a left just clubbing, on the top of his head as well. Temple shots. It's clever from O'Leary because he knows he's hard, but he's good.
Changing them angles. Listen, he's a plodder. He's a plodder, so you just got to use your feet. Stands inside, he's got slow feet. He's plodding, he's just plodding. He's popping the move, just popping the move, dropping the move. So that's how it's right now.
Great work, son. Keep the concentration high, yeah?
Well,
keep that concentration high.
So lovely right hand there from Dillon. That was that exchange we were talking about earlier where Leary threw the most punches. That's a good body shot there from O'Leary. Just a bit more weight, a bit more effect in his punches.
He's straight out of the red corner, Liam Dillon, and back into battle. His corner pleased with him, saying that O'Leary's a bit plodding and that he can outspeed him in there, and maybe that's what the former super featherweight and lightweight is going to try and do, reading tactics. O'Leary stalking him behind that solid jab, fighting for the European title, vacated by Dalton Smith, who is mandatory, of course, for the WBC belt. Lovely left hand from O'Leary in this fabulous division with Dalton Smith and Alan Azim and Jack Rafferty. The 10-stone boys are back.
Yeah, look, he landed some good shots here, Dillon. In reply, there was a nice left to the body, but he just had his right hand carried a little low, O'Leary, and he just did that, exactly what he's done again there. Just throws the left hook, he's really turning into the shot, taking his body right over to that right-hand side to avoid the shot coming back.
He's trying to intensify his work here, O'Leary, but he's getting a little bit too close, and that's allowing Dillon to land. But then, to be fair to Dillon, though, he's taking the chances when he's given the opportunity and landing some good shots of his own here. And he's in the fight.
He really is. I love this ambition here from Liam Dillon. He gets caught by a lovely shot and a right to the body. And there is the power of O'Leary and another right hand. And Dillon fell back. A minute and a half left in the third round. And here's the heavy artillery of Pierce O'Leary.
He's showing so much heart here, Dillon, but he's doing the wrong thing. Doesn't need to be trading. Just been caught with an absolute flush left hook, which he took so well, but he's looking dangerous, O'Leary.
And there's a different look, Barry, on Liam Dillon's face now.
And this is where, even though Leary's got to keep the pressure on, don't get too close.
I think he's been hurt for a body shot as well. He's really crouching down, Dillon.
I think that confidence that he had just a minute or so ago has been dented by the hard fists of Pierce O'Leary.
Got to come through the middle there, O'Leary. When Dillon bends over that front foot, for the jab, almost throw the jab over the head, and get him a bit lower, so you can throw that uppercut through the middle.
I think he's still hurt, Dillon. Body shot, right hand from O'Leary. Just over 30 seconds left, and I think he needs to get back to his corner and just regroup here, Liam Dillon. He's under serious pressure.
Yeah, and do you know what, Adam? He's educated pressure. He's not rushing anything. He's not being reckless. He's just turning the screw ever so slightly with the singles and the doubles, but there's more of them.
Just can't fend him off. Body shot as well from Pierce O'Leary. Big breakthrough round for Big Bang here. The Irish hope. Liam Dillon being outgunned and outsmarted as well in a very difficult third round for him.
Boxing out your skin, son. Keep rolling underneath. Yeah. No left hook. Yes, keep rolling underneath first, alright? When you shoot your left hook, you've got to roll out. Alright? Let's go. Yeah. Boxing nice, just got to keep him thinking a little bit more. Like the first and second, you were just keeping him thinking with the feints and the jabs and shooting your shots. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Now, just run. Well, bang, move on.
good work, wasn't it? Good round for O'Leary. Look, there was still success from Dillon, landing some good shots, showing that he's got good variation. The right uppercut just creeping through the guard there, but generally it was the work. There's that left hook that he took so well, showing what a great chin he's got, Dillon. Look at that, the right hand's low, right on the side. You see the grimace on the face of Dillon. Big round for O'Leary.
Into the fourth round, undefeated. Pierce O'Leary turned over in October 2019. The hope from Dublin, and wanting to put the European title on his mantelpiece in this hot super lightweight division, for the light welterweight division. 20 years since Ricky Hatton beat Kostasiu in one of the biggest moments for British boxing in the modern generation. Celebrated earlier this week. What a night that was.
Fantastic. I'm just looking at the shots that Dillon's throwing here. He's just got to make sure when he throws the left hook, that right hand stays high. We've seen already, it's the left hook that he's favouring O'Leary. Very dangerous with the shot, sharp and powerful, turns the front foot and the hip right through that shot. So that right hand's got to be tucked high. Lovely right hand from Dillon.
That was a cute right from Dillon, and the speed just troubled O'Leary.
Well, that's the second good right hand he landed in this round, and I have to say, in that previous round, he got caught with a good left hook, but I think we all over-exaggerate, you know. I don't think he was in that much danger in that last round. I don't think Dillon. I think because the way he sets up and he sort of leans over to the side, and he's always in red-faced. I mean, he lost the round, and O'Leary's winning all the rounds here, but he's making him work for it.
We'll ask him afterwards.
Well, he'll say, I didn't feel a thing, won't he? That's how tough he is.
Blood from the nose of Dillon. He is a warrior. Very, very strong and difficult to bunch at times. That's what Mace Ruegg found in Bournemouth. Didn't have the power, really. But Pierce O'Leary is a different animal.
And again, that's a go back to the thing about just a bit of patience for O'Leary. He's doing a good job. Don't get carried away. Don't get too close and allow Dillon into the fight. Maintain that distance, punch long, and then step in when you think you've covered up. You've got a gap to really let your punches go in a safe place.
Just thinking, it's such a great division in the next 2 or 3 years. The super lightweight, so many big fights to make as he lands another left hook to the body. Pierce O'Leary, wonderful, isn't it?
Class, top class, it really is. So many big names in there, so many great fights that we can make domestically. Some good work to the body from O'Leary again, but tell you what, he's landed some good lead. Right hands as he does there.
Nice right hand,
and it's the exit after that's so important. If you're going to throw that lead right hand, you're going to lead with the right hand, you've got to roll afterwards.
But he's not hurting O'Leary, who's just walking through this.
That's O'Leary, just so set on looking to land his own shots. He's so not really concentrating on what's coming back here. He needs a few feints here, O'Leary. Just change it up a little bit. And for Dillon, I think there was quite a saying, try and roll in and out of the punches.
Interesting round. Let's get over to Dev, who has Eddie Hearn.
Okay, we're in the Hooney dressing room. Eddie, how's it?
I drove here with a little smirk on my face. I knew it would stop raining when I arrived. And all the pressure's on Fabio Walter. 2 great heavyweights. Number 1 with the WBO, number 1 with the WBA. Interim world heavyweight title fight, massive fight. Fabio at home, all the pressure, pouring down the line. I expect him to win tonight, doing in style. Gonna be tough. A great fight expected between 2 undefeated young heavyweights. One leading division, Justice Winnie. And that could then win. Don't worry about that there. This is a long game. You know what I mean? It's a marathon, not a sprint, but this is a really good, I say 50-50, but on paper we're the underdog. I don't see it that way. I believe that Justice Winnie is the better fighter. Fabio's a sharp shooter. It'll be a great fight.
Best of luck.
Great to hear from him, as always. Matchroom's boss Eddie Hearn choosing to be here and not with Jael Pattaya, which is interesting.
I mean, he's done a fair bit of travelling, Eddie, hasn't he? We'll let him off.
He can't afford the plane ticket.
Here with Justice Hooney can. He springing the surprise on Fabio Wardley as Liam Dillon trying to spring the surprise on Pierce O'Leary. Those fast hands and the reigning tactics. Back come the body shots from O'Leary. It's a good fight.
It is a good fight, and I thought that was a good response from Dillon in that fourth round. He started this fifth round well. Having said that, though, O'Leary's landed some big shots. We've already seen a smile again from Dillon after a right hand land from O'Leary.
But I think O'Leary's got to change the tempo, and I mean continuously change the tempo, go fast, slow down, then a bit of power, and then speed up again. Because you can get used to the weight of the shot. I think for Dillon, because he is so team tough, I think he's almost, he might get caught with a great shot and put him over, the body shot you would suspect, but I think he's tough enough now to just see the shot and just brace for it.
Uppercut from Dillon, in and out. O'Leary just missing with his jab, not quite as accurate in this round.
That was better though, he was getting a bit lazy with that lead hand positioning, and that's what's allowed Dillon to land so many right hands over the top. Needs to be sharp, catch it, then fire back with the right hand.
Intense action in the fourth and fifth round. The body shot, he's hunting that area, is O'Leary.
If he can skip around the side there, O'Leary, and they'll just spin around to his right, open up that whole body with that left hook.
Dillon landing body shots though, but again, are they having any real effect?
And that might be the case that you could give for O'Leary getting caught with some needless shots. Is he not respecting that power at all?
Just got caught with a hook round the back of the ear, and some blood there for Liam Dillon, and some from the nose too. He's starting to find his range again, back end of this round, O'Leary.
A fair bit of pressure as well on the front foot from O'Leary, making Dillon move a fair bit in this round.
Making him work.
Making him work, exactly.
That was good from Dillon then, just a second ago. He rolled into the left hook. He's just showing a little bit of lateral movement, which he probably needed from the offset. Just the pressure in this difficulty here for O'Leary. That's a good left hook.
You just feel he's hurt. Dillon a couple of times in this fight, O'Leary, with those thumping hooks, especially to the body.
And he really gets going at him, O'Leary. Once he's had a look at you and he feels he's got you where he wants you, he really gets to work. And I feel we're seeing it a little bit, certainly with pressure. Still boxing nicely, Dillon, in patches, landing some good right hands, but the pressure really evident from O'Leary.
Yeah, just a wearier walk back to the red corner for Liam Dillon.
Fantastic, son. Big red. Super. Listen, it's only looking to counter you. It's not going to come forward, son. You're too strong, okay? Look, stop trying for the one home run, okay? You've hit him numerous times there. And then you're walking and just walking. Don't be walking at him. Sell him a fake. Keep him mentally train him. Keep squeezing him and squeezing him, but just listen. Just a little push, bro. Come back on him. Put the punches together. Keep the clean up good. Come on.
Cracking atmosphere here in Ipswich. I tell you what, yet another stadium show, Darren. We absolutely love it. Sometimes it's scorching hot, sometimes the rain's piling down. We don't care. Something special about a stadium.
And sometimes you've got to put your big coat on, Adam. But yeah, we do. We love them. And the atmosphere is heating.
I have put our coats on now.
Well, we're heating up, me and you, and so is the atmosphere here.
Carl's got his coat on as well, down the far side. Can we bring you in, Carl? What are you thinking here?
I have O'Leary well in front, but the last two rounds I think that Dillon is keeping it kind of competitive enough, but he's not winning them. He's given a decent account of himself, especially considering he's jumping up 2 weights. But I think one of his issues is he leans really far over his front foot, and I mean the uppercut's there to be landed. There's gaps around the body for Pierce O'Leary to go to the body. He's landing some straight shots now to the body as well, but I think it's a good performance so far. Like Darren had mentioned, he's just starting to turn the screw here.
Yeah, turning the screw, Carl, and he does it, doesn't he, as he moves through a fight. He's clever like that.
Yeah, he's very smart. He's a smart fighter. He's someone I've been impressed with, Pierce O'Leary, right throughout his whole career, and I think you can see improvements with each and every fight. And although we expect him to win this fight, he's looking okay. He's looking good, Pierce, I think.
And what Carl said about Dillon leaving over that front foot, and he's right, because it's not just the uppercut. When you lean over the front foot, it brings those elbows forward and exposes your whole body as well. So, the fact that he takes a good shot, he's lucky, because if he didn't, this fight would have been over quite early. But he's been competitive, he's had him some good shots. I don't think we've given him enough credit for some of his work here, Dillon. But as Carl said, he's not winning the rounds, and that's the important part.
Yeah, he's competitive, he's so got the tough game. It's just the lack of power to really trouble and stop O'Leary in his track. But that's another sickening right to the body.
Yeah, and he just took a big gulp of air there. Liam Dillon, these body shots might just take their toll as the rounds tick on. A long way to go yet, and Liam Dillon up in weight and might start to feel these.
So tough, he really is so tough.
I think it's more than just the shot, it's this presence of O'Leary that's tiring him out, because he's constantly on him. He's a big shadow, but he's a naturally bigger guy. And I just think that puts you in a defensive mode automatically, and maybe puts a little bit of makes you tentative to really react as much as you would maybe down at super featherweight.
And you're right about his toughness. The loss to Reece Bellotti, beating Kazashvak. He's been there, hasn't he? Even not at this weight. He's proven himself, former British champion.
Yeah, when he beat Kazashvak, that was an emotional night. It really was. It was a tearful night for him at the end. A lot had gone on in the life of Dillon, and that meant the world to him winning that title. As I say, so tough. And look, I'd say his skill very much underrated as well. You see, he's done some really good work, but it's just the natural size, the speed, and that presence, the physical power of O'Leary.
Fabio Wardley, of course, decked in blue and white, ITFC. There is no doubt about the homecoming. The gladiatorial outfit being prepared. At last moments for Justice Hooney before battle. He's come a long way. Darren and I saw him a few weeks ago here on the pitch at Portman Road. It was a sunny day, wasn't it then? What happened?
But look, I'll tell you what, this man, he's got a lot of confidence in his ability, and rightly so. He's a very, very good fighter, well-rounded. But this is his big acid test. This is his moment as a professional to show how good he is.
I wonder what goes through the mind of Fabio Wardley, because he knows he's going to have a war every time he fights, because that's the only way he can win. How would you set yourself up for that?
He didn't have a war with Fraser Clark last time out. He just knocked him out.
No, but he was heading towards a war. He knows that's what he has to do.
But he's got the power, Barry.
Yeah, but I mean, but he knows, like, he has to. That's the only way he can win. It's going right through you. How would you set yourself up for that? Thinking every fight can potentially be your hardest night of your life.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing as well, knowing that you expect it. Then it's surprising you. You know it's there. You know you're going to have to go there. And if it doesn't, like the Fraser Clark last time, then it's a bonus. But if you're prepared mentally and physically, then I'll tell you what, it really, really is a leg up.
Very, very dedicated fighter, Fabio Wardley. So are these two, Pierce O'Leary, Liam Dillon, giving us a good hors d'oeuvre. Lovely chief support into the second half. European title on the line. Dillon giving a good account of himself, up in weight. Has caught O'Leary frequently, but the solid and more compact and pressure and all-round strength, I think, of Pierce O'Leary are probably catching the eyes of the judges. He's surely winning these rounds.
Yeah, I think so, and I think he's been quite structured with his work. He's not taking any silly risks for the most part, and the constant pressure with the feet has been quite impressive. I think it's been a really mature display here for Pierce O'Leary. He hasn't gone too gung-ho trying to over-impress. It's a big title to win. He's just thinking, let's win it sensibly, don't make any silly mistakes. And for the most part, he's done that. Dillon has forced some mistakes out of him at times, but ultimately he's been sort of like dictating the pace and dictating the show here.
If he wins this, Pierce O'Leary, he'll become only the 16th Irishman to take a European title. First one was Bernard Dunn, beating the excellent Isham Pickering, what a wonderful fighter he was. Brown Sugar from Newark, and Bernard Dunn, great in Ireland as well. Pierce O'Leary in the heat of battle here with a really gutsy Liam Dillon.
Landed a few left to the body there. O'Leary, good shot, round the elbow. The right elbow of Dillon, looks for that right hand again himself.
But it's hard to tell if Dillon's hurt, isn't it? You know, the way he either always looks hurt or never looks hurt. I can't really figure it out.
Yeah, his sort of posture, the way he leans over when he gets hit with the body, you'd assume that he's been hurt, but he's like that all the time.
And like there, then he got caught with a great body shot. You think, oh, that's it. He bent over, but then no, look at him.
I think it might be the accumulation here that O'Leary's looking for. But Dillon is one tough guy. Stand by for a huge kickboxing night live on the Zone.
The baddest tournament on earth continues.
Just aim for the top of his chest.
A historic event. More than 110 feet by now
We're very much the home of combat sports, top to bottom. We've got the lot, bare knuckle, kickboxing, misfits. Are you coming back for misfits, Darren Barker?
I don't think so. I don't think my hips would allow me, or my wife or mother.
Yeah, the body's not been sellotaped up. Barry Jones?
And your ability, you oversell yourself, Darren. Honestly, God, let's get on with this now.
Pierce O'Leary and Liam Dillon, European title on the line, and it's a prestigious belt. It's one you want to get your hands on.
You tear me up there. I've got two of these at home. I've got two of these at home.
I did it on purpose, Barry.
Barry ain't got one. I don't know why you're asking him.
Two former world champions alongside me. I wonder if Pierce O'Leary can become one for Ireland one day. Liam Dillon, former British champion. These are good fighters, top level. Dillon just got so much against him with the slight lack of punch power, the up in weight. I love the fact he's taken this opportunity though.
Yeah, and again, look at the body shots landing from O'Leary in that last, well, through 7 rounds, 36 and 25, the power shots in favour of O'Leary, who's on top for sure. And there's an awful lot to like, a very good fight. I think, look, if he goes on and wins this fight, which you kind of expect, that's a lovely left hook again, good work from O'Leary. I think he'll be annoyed with some of the shots, and I don't want to take anything away from Dillon, but he has been caught with some needless, silly shots, I feel, O'Leary. If I was to be picky.
Yeah, but I wonder what Jack Rafferty and Dalton Smith and Adam Azim, who was meant to fight tonight, of course, they're all so talented, and some great fights lie ahead for Pierce O'Leary and Liam Dillon if he stays at this weight.
And then the Rafferty, that's a good call. I think the Rafferty fight's a fantastic fight.
Great fighters, mix of styles.
I think Dalton Smith and they may be just ahead of you at the minute, so just it's okay to win a European title, defend it once or twice. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you just get your grounding for where you are before you move up.
I mean, Dalton looks like he's an heir apparent for a world title, doesn't he?
World title shot.
Yeah, certainly a shot.
Well, he's got the shot.
Yeah, and he's got a great chance. But like Barry said here, for O'Leary, look, just keep knocking on the door. Keep knocking on the door. Well, you get your opportunity, yeah, but lovely shot.
He's poker face as well, Pierce O'Leary. A little bit of marking up under the left eye, but he just keeps harassing you. Whipping in the uppercut and the right hand too. Deep into the 8th round, and Liam Dillon has done a lot of work, a lot of movement, the reigning tactics. But it must be so frustrating that he can't make a dent on O'Leary.
But I like O'Leary's approach because he hasn't gone, like I said, the target's there to be hit. I don't think Dillon's hard to find. So O'Leary could have just gone crazy trying to get him out there to over-impress. And then at this point in the fight, he's exhausted. But I think he's been quite reserved and mature about his performance. And that's not a bad thing, when you're going into 12-round fights, you have to pace yourself if you're not a KO artist, and he's done that quite well.
Very good. Good. Listen, he doesn't like it. Deep breath. He doesn't like it when you're real close. But listen, I want you to put your head on his chest. You're on top of it. Yeah, get on top of him. Stay put. Watch your head, but stay here. See when you're slipping. Slipping, you're just hesitating. Just keep this here, slip and grip in. Okay, you're hitting him to the body, but you're looking for a one. I want you to double it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Forget it, if he comes slow, he's not coming forward for your catch counter. Okay? You're into you when you come like this. Take his head off the line.
Well, Pierce O'Leary has sort of been set for stardom in Ireland, but Liam Dillon, I mean, he was hoping to win a Southern Area belt when he turned over, but he's now fighting for a European title. A former British champion, only Rhys Bellotti and Ryan Garner, who meet in an absolute domestic cracker in Bournemouth. That's a fantastic fight. Only they have beaten Dillon. He's done really well here. But Carl, you've got Pierce O'Leary way in front.
Yeah, I actually gave Dillon the last round. I thought that it was quite a close round, but I just thought that some of the better shots were going from Dillon. But I have O'Leary winning everything else up until that point. But excuse me, he looks really in control here. But Dillon, I mean, is brave as they come, and we've talked about it all night. So tough. I can count, I mean, at least 20 times it looks. I'm struggling here, boys. I can count at least 20 times he's been hurt to the body, but he kind of rides it. It hurts him. You can see a reaction in his face. 3 or 4 seconds later, he's okay, and he's throwing back again. So tough.
I love listening to you, but it looks like you're hurting, so I'm going to go back to Barry for a second.
No, substitute for Carl Frampton.
No substitute.
No, but I think if he wasn't so tough, I think this would be an earlier night for O'Leary. But again, I go back. I think O'Leary's approach has been sensible. I think because he knows he's up against a guy who can absorb that power, and still fire back.
They're really encouraging Liam Dillon all the way through his team, and he's kept right on his feet. Digging in the shots, O'Leary again.
And they're really asking him to move his feet in the Dillon corner. Keep active, stay away, stay out of trouble. That's another good counter left hook from O'Leary. Took it well, Dillon. He's proved he's got a very, very good chin. That's good work.
Beautiful from O'Leary. Body shots, side to side. Dillon tries to stay with him. It's a really good effort this from the Londoner. But O'Leary just proving too much.
A double left hook. Classy, so accurate, so sharp, so hurtful. But he just soaks it up at Barry, doesn't he?
He gets the natural angle, doesn't he? So he takes that right shoulder, always flips it over his front knee to get that real turn into that left hook to the body.
What a chin he's got. What resistance he's showing. Liam Dillon.
Heart of a lion, he really has. Tough as old boots.
I tell you what though, every rival of O'Leary will say you couldn't get a super featherweight out of them. They'll say that. You couldn't get a super featherweight out of them. I mean, they won't know how tough Dillon is, of course, because they probably couldn't do it either. But that'll be the question they'll be asking.
Like a pair of bollocks in there, start sitting inside, you feel like you can now, right? So once you're moving, and you're frustrated. Yeah, 3 rounds to go. 3 rounds to go. Alright?
Don't go a pair of bollocks.
I don't just spring it up a bit. Roll, and I want you banging that body now, because you come up a lot, so he's trying to meet you with a lot. So roll, and I'll boom, drop to that body, roll back under, bang, then you can go for the interview.
Come on, Lou.
Yeah?
You've got to nullify in middle moments, Lou. You know that
Well, they're happy with their charge, and so they should be. Liam Dillon putting in a tremendous effort. Might not be winning this, might not lift the European title at the end of it, but he can be proud of the 9 rounds so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Adam, look, your stock can rise through defeat. And look, he is losing the fight, but his impact has shown us what a good fighter he is. Look, throughout this contest already, for 9 rounds, he's shown us he's so tough, so durable, and will make plenty of other fighters work extremely hard.
And so especially if lightweight can be a division that he can get down to, which I'm sure he can, then how impactful will he be at that weight? If he with that toughness, and then the size will be such a disadvantage to him.
Body shots, uppercuts. He's so good on the eye, Pierce O'Leary. Lovely to watch, always in entertaining fights. And Liam Dillon providing great opposition here tonight.
He's got a lovely natural turn, hasn't he, O'Leary, when he throws those hooks and body shots. Just a natural, easy turn with the shoulders. Yeah, that's the footwork you're talking about. Go the other way, though, I would say.
Opportunity to throw the left to the body there. He missed with the right, but he was in the position to really sling that left into the body. This good work, though. The variation is really making it difficult for Dillon to defend.
You're finding the gaps, especially to the body, under the elbows. Pierce O'Leary late on in this European title fight. Can he have any impact? He grits his teeth, bites on the gum shield there. Liam Dillon, he's got to be feeling some of these.
Well, as Barry said, you've been nailed on that he's hurt by the body shots, and then he just fires back.
That was a big right hand here of Dillon after taking that body shot.
It's extraordinary from Liam Dillon, the courage and the prowess really that he has in the ring. Pierce O'Leary just continues to tee off on him. It's been fought at a real pace, this.
Yeah, it has, and look, he's such great value for money as well. I want to give Dillon props here. You know, he's really having a go, isn't he? Look, he's second best. He's in there with such a classy operator, the naturally bigger man, quicker, heavy hitter, physically strong, but he's in there, he's having a go constantly throughout every round, landing another lovely left hook.
And you'll think Frank Warren at ringside, Lee Eaton, all the Queensberry lot will be looking at Liam Dillon saying, you played your part in this, son. You've done a great job. We're going to have you back.
Or we'll never have you back. One or the other.
But we'll demand it for the zone.
Sign you up, I would, to be honest.
Good jab though from O'Leary. Got things very much back under control. He's right ahead on the cards. He must be.
Phantom what?
That's Phantom bits.
Hold the body more. Okay? Told you the kid's got a nice hard head.
Yeah, again, Dillon, as we've been saying, showing his toughness, but the variation is so eye-catching from O'Leary. It's been so impressive. The work to the body, he's not head-hunted at all, has he? I mean, he's just kept working the levels constantly, making Dillon unsure of where the shots are coming. A smile from Dillon, but it has been good work from O'Leary.
Well, not only have we got the FIFA Club World Cup starting on June the 14th, we also have Richardson Hitchens defending his IBF Super Lightweight title against the former Unified Lightweight champion George Kambosos Jr. A great night of boxing from Madison Square Garden. Next week, what is it about the Australians at the moment? Will Justice Hooney provide another big night for them? 20 years after Costas Yu was stopped in his efforts against Ricky Hatton in this super lightweight division. Formerly light welter, of course. 6 minutes remain. European belt on the line. Pierce O'Leary a mile ahead of Liam Dillon in terms of points, scoring shots, but in terms of bravery, commitment, spirit, warrior's heart, Liam Dillon take a bow.
And I think in the corner, I think they were saying that he had a problem with his left hand there, Pierce O'Leary. Maybe that's affecting a bit of the weighting that he's having to throw into that punch.
We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe not as punishing with the jab, O'Leary, but really he's just got to see this out now, Darren.
Yeah, absolutely, and that might make sense. Oh, it's a good right hand from Dillon. He walked onto that, O'Leary.
He's been open a few times tonight.
Yeah, he has been. I mean, look, if he goes back and watches this, which I'm sure he will, that's the only thing he'll be annoyed about. You know, some of the shots that needless shots that he's taken. And again, I don't want to discredit the work and the desire from Dillon. You know, he's box smart at times. That's great footwork, that really is. Just went a little bit wide with the skip to the left, but again, this is good pressure from O'Leary.
Still so light on those toes, Liam Dillon. In and out.
And fit as well, Dillon, because the footwork, especially that front foot of O'Leary, hasn't given him a second's rest. He's been constantly on him all the time, pressurising him, even when he's not working. Just a presence always in front of him.
Both of these two have put a shift in tonight, and so you should, with a European belt on the line, on a big stadium show. Opportunity knocking, and they're both taking it in a way.
Well, it's a performance from O'Leary. You'd be happy with he's boxed really well, and he's won almost everything. That's the truth. Even though Dillon's been fantastic, I think, at times. But I think, you know, O'Leary's is winning the fight. But there's going to be questions. I think that's just how cynical boxing is, unfortunately. There will be, why didn't you stop a smaller guy? You know, could you have gone through the gears a little bit quicker? All those sort of things. But I sort of thought that he found a tough guy, and he realised that he had to box sensible. And I like that mature approach and that thought process that he's produced.
Yep, very mature from Piers O'Leary, and very game from Liam Dillon.
Lovely right hand there from Dillon, really good shot again. Every now and again he just throws a real fantastic shot, usually with that right hand, but it's O'Leary's normally forcing the paces. He did again in that round, got that round back after losing the previous round, as Cal Frampton rightly said, but yeah, he's been taking the pace really well here, Piers O'Leary. But this could be fantastic also.
Your life, son. It's going in. I'm going to eat everything.
You can change your life, son. Look at Liam Dillon trying to get the crowd rallied. He's put in a phenomenal shift over 11 rounds. How many rounds has he won, though, on the judges' cards? We don't know, but the feeling is that Piers O'Leary must be in a very handy lead as we go into the last round. We can see how Carl is seeing it. How's the voice, Carl?
It's better now. I had a drink of water there. Someone very kindly sorted me out, so I'm all good. But I think that O'Leary is well in front. I've given Dillon 1 round, and even that round it was close enough, so O'Leary may have won it. But I like the toughness from Dillon. I mean, he's been hit. Look, there's another left hook just lands, and no real reaction. The body shots as well that Piers O'Leary's been throwing have been incredible. Extremely tough, but I think Piers has looked good here. Barry's mentioned it, and I think it's going to be right. People are going to say, nah, you didn't get rid of a super featherweight. There's going to be questions asked, but that may be a blessing in disguise for Piers, because it'll be easier. People will want to take the fight, I think, because of that. So he's looked good tonight, I think. Do you know what's incredible as well? There's not one mark on the face of Liam Dillon.
Do you think it'll be hurting tomorrow?
I don't. I think some people are just built different.
Doesn't get hurt.
Maybe you could just fight again tomorrow, Liam Dillon. But yeah, you're right. People will question whether he could have got rid of him. But Dillon has never been stopped, even though he's coming up in weight. And he's been good to his word. That it was an opportunity very, very worth taking.
And we said earlier in the contest, and Darren mentioned it again later on, about, you know, his skills are underrated. He's not like a classically beautiful boxer, but he can find the angle to land with the shot. And it's not just the toughness, and toughness helps, but he brings that right hand over with conviction and a bit of speed, and he will fire back under pressure. So, he's a hard man to get hold of. And I think it's been a decent display here from O'Leary. Winning the European title is a big milestone in anyone's career. Certainly Darren Barker's.
Inside the last minute of this one, Pierce O'Leary finishing strongly. He's boxed well. Liam Dillon has tried everything he can, but that lack of power and the lack of the natural size has been a hindrance. Everything else, he's been tip-top, he's been brilliant. And he'll get a huge ovation, and I'm sure Frank and everyone at Queensberry will be saying to Liam Dillon after this, you've done yourself proud. Pierce O'Leary should be crowned European super lightweight champion in a few minutes' time. 3 judges at ringside, it will go down to it. O'Leary can't stop him, but he's boxed well and he deserves to be the European champion. Well done, the Paralympic, Liam Dillon, terrific performance, but the class, the size, maybe the experience as well. And this man is being held aloft. Pierce O'Leary, entertaining, exciting. Let's go to Dublin.
Yeah, it was a good performance, wasn't it? Look, I'm sure he would have wanted the stoppage, and that's a valuable 12 rounds against a former British champion, albeit stepping up a couple of weights. They hold you in good stead, you know, under these bright lights, a big occasion. He's got the job done, and he looked good in doing so, Barry.
Yeah, I think so. In stages, he looked fantastic. But what I was more impressed with, it was just his whole approach to it. He knew very early in that contest that he wasn't going to get rid of Dillon because he's cheap tough, and he found that out by hitting a good shot and then not doing anything. So he used a pragmatic approach, didn't take any silly mistakes, and I thought he was sensible.
Getting real respect, ovation, applause from Frank Hamlin. See that? Not just Pierce O'Leary, but Liam Dillon as well. That's terrific. Moral victor, Liam Dillon tonight. But European champion should be Pierce O'Leary. Well, everything we have on the zone. Jake Paul is back against Julio Cesar Chavez, June the 28th. The date for your diaries. We're in Galway earlier that night as well with Kieran Malloy. So both sides of the pond on the zone. The problem child returns, so does Edo Ramirez. It's just non-stop live on the zone, and these two were non-stop for 12 rounds. Liam Dillon, tremendous effort for the European title, will surely come up short. It will surely be wide. Pierce O'Leary should remain unbeaten and should have the European title to its showcase.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Mark Lyson scores it 116 to 112. Judge Kieran McCann scores it 115 to 113. And Judge Lee Every scores it 117 to 112, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now both WBC International and EBU European Super Lightweight Champion, Pierce Big Ben O'Leary.
Unanimous by 5, by 4, by 2, a little closer maybe than the ringside cards unofficially, but maybe that's good for Liam Dillon. He deserved something out of tonight. Well done to Liam, but Pierce O'Leary is the European Super Lightweight Champion. He's undefeated in 17, and the party's starting in Suffolk.